to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece. That mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't right it. We break you down like a pound.
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Oakland Raiders and the Tennessee Titans. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. They'll begin the drive with Jackson on the ground. He's got a first down past the 30 and all the way up to the 33-yard line. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 41-yard line.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback. Tighten up. Tighten up.
2nd and 2. He sets to fire deep. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And they're going to have this all the way down deep into Tennessee territory. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Looking to throw. Bryant. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Darren Waller, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line. 2nd and a yard. 2nd and 1. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Flushed out right, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Second and 9 now. Johnson's got it complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 27 yards there, a first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 36.
48.
Back to throw here. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And this will be caught inside the 10. What a grab. That's good for 28 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Watch out.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. A great effort there. Touchdown number 15 on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point up and good by Succa, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
Ready. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strip.
To throw on 3rd down. Bryant able to find Waller. That's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a first down.
I'm going to come back to you.
They run on first down with Jackson. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping Those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Guys, game situation. Let's go. Mike 55. Mike 55. Hey, eat. Come on. He's checking. Crash.
To throw on second down. Bryant under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Rashad Evans, the linebacker, recording the sack there. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it staring at a 3rd down and 13. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
First down, Titans, gain of 12.
I can't believe they even let you play. Check. Check three. Rotate.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. It's Ha-Ha Clinton-Dix with a pick, and his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Jackson. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Bryant, that's complete to his tight end, Waller. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Throwing on first down. Bryant. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Check. Watch 54. Watch the run.
Back to throw. Bryant. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Dane Cruikshank. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Calling a loss of 2 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. Off the draw, here's Johnson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Here I come. Shoot. Watch the shoot. Say. Go.
They'll look to throw. Uncorks one for Davis. He's got a man. Complete. An explosive 38-yard pickup.
Now that one hurts defensively. They force him into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3-and-out. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Screen play, Johnson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He finds his man Johnson. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. They follow up the 1st down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Titans have taken the lead. Extra point try now for Succop. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. On 3rd down, Bryant. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So, boy, that's already the third they burned here. They are out of timeouts now before we've even hit the fourth quarter. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half.
And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Titans. A big play there. 77 yards. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half.
55 is mine, guys. 55. I'm coming to go.
To throw on second down. Bryant trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dane Cruikshank. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line. 48 for Mike.
And now on the pitch, the ball's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, the teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 14.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Again, it's Johnson. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Derrick Henry, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Extra point put through by Suckup. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Raider first down, 17 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Jackson. And now a fumble. The ball's out. It's picked up by the Titans. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
Extra point up and good by Suckup, and that'll increase their lead to 28. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off right around the 43. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he throws.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10.
Mike, go. 48. I got you. 48 Mike. 48 Mike. Watch the pass.
On the ground, this is Johnson. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Maurice Hurst gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Let's get this.
On play action, they'll throw. That's going to be caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Derrick Henry with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Suckup for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Makes the score Titans 42, Raiders 7.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go. Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky.
They'll run with Jackson. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A great effort there with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Raiders are able to cash in for 6. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will get him one closer. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Boy, the run on first down, a disaster as he's tackled well behind the line of scrimmage. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there, and now they need to repeat that effort. Johnson odds poke free. Football's held, and the Raiders pick it up. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback in the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one going the wrong direction. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
Check 55 to Mike. I'm coming for you, son. Awesome. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Looking to throw. Bryant. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Foster Moreau, his second touchdown on the season. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will shave one more off this lead. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. I'm sure the message as they come out onto the field was, hey, take care of the football, because the fumble last possession led to a touchdown. Still a 3-score game, though.
You don't want things to start to snowball. You know, one error leads to another, which leads to another. And then all of a sudden you're fighting for your life down the stretch instead of finishing the game in style, which is what they're trying to do on this drive.
Yeah, it would be a pretty amazing comeback, but we've seen crazier things happen in the National Football League.
We certainly have.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now back to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense, because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee. He'll look to throw. And he rifles one incomplete. Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
They're going to look to throw. They'll get this complete to Batson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 32-yard line. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up with a different era when we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
It's caught. Humphreys. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. And let's not forget he had the receiving touchdown earlier. Now a trio of rushing touchdowns. Quite a performance.
Diversification, that's all you can talk about. His ability to do everything leaves him on the field on every down on offense, because you can hand it to him, as we've seen. But you say 3 rushing touchdowns, and of course throw it to him where he's caught 1 as well.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Looking to throw on second down. Bryant. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. And another mistake here defensively as a flag is down on the tackle, and that's going to tack on 15 more. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Who's that? Is that yours? Who's that?
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They stay on the ground on first for Johnson. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Bad time to get a delay of game penalty there. Not that there's a good time, but that makes it 3rd and 6. After the penalty, it's Henry. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one.
First down and goal to go.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends.
Come off the ball hard. Slam.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Titans, that's now 5 wins on the campaign as they get the job done here. And they'll get another home date next week as the Eagles will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, it's unfortunately more of the same as they'll fall to 3-10 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaud. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a